am Kate, and I paint wallpapers which are then scanned and digitally reproduced to make high-end premium wallpapers. I also do artwork, so for prints on the walls, like giclée prints, but it's always the highest quality paper. And I have found myself doing this because I used to paint murals, and then that sort of evolved into producing wallpaper for homes instead. So very early days, I was still pretty much on mum duty. My son's 11 now, so but I started doing the business probably when he was about 5 or 6. And it was basically when he started going to school, I had more time and I could get into my sort of creative flow and create these designs that could be replicated and put into homes. As I said, like originally before, I was doing murals, which is very much on-site and quite a time-consuming process sometimes. So not very friendly for a mum. So yeah, my business evolved as I became a mother. It didn't feel like a business, if I'm fully honest. It just felt like I was getting back into my creative flow, and I was able to draw more and paint more and source inspiration because I had more time without my child. But generally the early days were more about getting back into what it is to be an artist and enjoying that. I'm pigeonholing myself too much, but as a creative, I'm not naturally gifted in organisational skills and marketing and business. Anything to do with a business plan wasn't really in my head. So I thought, right, I need some sort of help and structure and a direction from someone who knows what they're talking about. But with Digital Boost, it meant that I could really look through and find who was best suited to what I needed. I think when I was looking for a mentor, I generally thought I need structure, and that was the main element, because I know I can create, I know I can work a computer reasonably well, but I also was looking at the organisational side and the business side and how to step up from what I was doing to take it to the next level. So Ian is a really, really brilliant influence on me in terms of he's really positive and very organised, and then the opposite of me, brilliant with numbers. So he's very analytical, and we can go through all my figures on the Google Analytics on my website, and he can read that in a way that I can't. So it's quite interesting to hear about it, but also he has schooled me along the way of what I should be doing, like adding tags and general sort of thing, SEO details that I wouldn't even think about before. So my website has done an absolute massive turnaround because of that. But I think the first thing that I discussed with him was just the way my business started, and then he was saying, well, I think the fact that you've already been running it for 5 years on passion means you're winning. So I was like, that's really sweet. It's sweet, but it's also quite reassuring to know that I've got the drive to own a business and carry it on, even if it's not particularly successful or well known at this stage. It feels like it's growing and it's developing, so that's nice. It's the feedback that I needed and the back and forth conversation that I needed as well. So the mentor has made a massive difference. I'm also going to be moving in the next couple of months and having my first studio, so I'll be able to really organise and sort of have strategy boards as well as mood boards, and actually be able to see things laid out. So but at the moment I feel a lot more like things are laid out in my head in a more organised way, just because I'm not stressing about some elements of the business that I was stressing about before. So the things that aren't in my natural remit, I can talk to people about and sort of work through them. I think as I've spoken to Ian and people like yourself, other mentors, mentees, I think generally having a bit more belief in myself, because before it was slight imposter syndrome, because when you work on your own for so long, you don't have enough of an input unless it's from family and friends, and they're always going to tell you nice things. Whereas when I have a session with Ian every now and then, if I'm not on my ball, he'll tell me. So yeah, just a little bit more confident in myself and like I'm going in the right direction, which is a nice feeling.